I'm on Twitter. You've been funkin' struggling. Yeah. Yeah. Hi, plastic. Meow, meow, meow. No, I'm not Aries. God, I don't. Could you make a stream out of it? No, you couldn't make a stream out of that. Old ass game. Who plays games like that? Real goofy ass. Nah, I don't believe you, Aries. Making things up. Probably gay too. Okay, as people are trickling in, I'm gonna go get some tea and use the restroom and whatnot. Listen to music. Or don't. I'm not your mom. Pushes plastic over. Bendy over here in the corner, like it was just a sentence. I was just making a connection. I was just saying something. I'm innocent of all crimes. No, you're not, Bendy. Puts in jail. He does talk about poop a lot. The sentence is death. The sentence is big steppies. It was just a question. It was just a question. I was just asking a question. It's just a question. What's going on? I was just asking a question. Flicks Bendy's nose. Look at Addie trying to escape in the corner. Don't stuck here, little lizard. She's angry because she's shedding. Racist. Buh. It's okay, Aries. You don't always have to be able to stay on schedule for stuff like that. It's sending me messages in tribal wars. It's loud. I wasn't looking over here. It's just opening a... Listen here, you little shit. I didn't! It's literally on another window. I didn't look at it. Tribal Wars is an ancient fucking game. What is it? Thanks, Aries. You too. Hi, Spicer. Stop being the poop boy, poop boy. Bendy, no. That's cool. Pat's Aries face. Blocked. Not many delirium cards around, huh? Nearest center. Pushes Spicer over. I'm sinning right now. Your leg. Hi, Ducky. Sorry, I tend to get into my thoughts whenever I'm doing something like this. Just make sure to, if I end up going quiet, I apologize, Plastic. So, I'm trying to build something like a blue-black deck that lets me... I don't know. I'm wanting to work with graveyard stuff. Okay. But why? But why, Bendy? Yeah. Yeah. Hi, Oli. Got some good groceries, Oli. Rude. Swamp. Yeah. I should have blocked, but eh. Swamp. It's an instant. Yeah, but I didn't want to destroy the 4/4. Rude. Misplayed a little bit, but oh well. Damn. Weird, but alright. Ba-da-da-da. 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 Do-do-do. One flyer. Damn. Get them in. Got a 6-5. Yeah, fuck it. We'll be alright. No. Ah, I see. I'm still struggling. Let's see. Free one. I'm locked up. Cool. Okay. I mean, yeah. I am locked out. Damn. A panda. I hate you. Better. Ooh. Okay. GG. All right, so it works out pretty well then. Ba, 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 ba. I haven't used this one in a while. I don't really remember what it does. Plastic, let's fight! Make a doomsday bunker that somehow magically scrapes the internet. What do you mean scrapes the internet, Bendy? Like it takes everything on the internet and puts it in like a folder or file or something? Why? I don't remember what this deck does, Plastic. Okay. Cool. Once he petabytes. Ah, rude. Ah, cat deck. How the heck are you able to make so many decks? Plastic. 2. How much do you play? What'd I do? NTG is fun. Especially when you have friends to play it with. I misplayed that a little bit, but oh well. Yeah. Fucking rude. GG, plastic. It happens. You probably could have eked out another turn if you hadn't attacked that one. Blocked and stuff. Ugh. Seriously, game? What's with me and fighting plastic and this happening? Yeah, sure. Pushes Bendy over. Listen, man, why you gotta kill my 1-drops? Oh, look, another one. You know what, Plastic? Fuck your angel! I said put that shit back! To be fair, Plastic, I'm using removal for something that is really not a good idea, but you know what? Heck you. I'm also getting entirely screwed on mana myself, so... No attacks. Me, mama, moo, moo, me. I'm Plastic. Boy, I sure do wish I could get some mana. Oh, rude. Idiot. Fool! God damn it. Hell with you! Finally! You wouldn't download a car. Yeah, because I 100% would download a car. Yeah, heck your gimmick. Anything about that? Nope. You suck. Plastic. You suck and are a poop. Pushes plastic over. So what's that supposed to be? Like an angel deck or something like that? Token mobilize. I want to make a raid/mobilize deck. That's what I want to make. If I had the cards or the disposable income to get the cards, I would have a raid mobilize deck, and I think it would be cool as shit. The name of this deck, the red-white that you were fighting, is called Human Ingenuity. It's, you know, it has a core soldier in there, but it's like soldiers and humans. It's fine. Look, it's a little rabbit. Plastic, if you kill the first things that come out on my turn, if you use removal to remove my first things I'm in there, I'm going to reach through the screen and strangle you. Okay? Okay. Oh, that's what you want. Never mind. That's it, plastic! I'm getting me mallet! Fucking bunny rabbit. Whack! What is this? I told you can't have things! Do it, Icy. Ooh. That's a demerit, plastic. That's a demerit. Ow. Oh, it's a legendary planeswalker.
Ready arms.
H, please. Dog.
Strike from the heavens.
Okay. Hmm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 120,
Rise
Oh no!
and seize your destiny.
12, 16. Damn. Yeah. Oh, block. Yeah. Oh, wait, I miscounted that. Oh, well! Yeah, I know. I have her in a deck. It's a good one. Yeah, sure. A gubbin. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I was waiting for that. Meh. Meow. Ooh. Mm. Yeehaw! All right. Hmm. Okay. One life and a dream. I am in eternal pain. That's the Kuma. GG, plastic. Yeah. When they say Answer Sky 1, I'm more like, plastic is a poop butt. It's true. Angel Vitality. You gain life, gain less plus 1 instead. Creature gets twisted lunge, you have 25 more life. Oh, that's cool. No. You don't get to have fun, plastic! Slaps Joy out of hand. You should feel bad, plastic. Hmm. Hmm. Not yet. Yeah. That's spicy. Better. Better. Dog! Ah. Hate that rabbit. Let's see. Yeah, it's pretty potent. Take that bunny. The guy. Oh my god. Goblin surprise! That's a good one. It's been real useful like a while ago, but it's pretty useful. It's pretty good. Yeah. Blockers. This particular deck can hang pretty well. It needs more card draw, a little more card draw, and some life gain. Rude. Awesome. Kitty cat. Buh!
Do not despair. More heroes for the cause.
2, 3. Maybe one more turn. I mean, you pretty much got me here, Plastic. I should just get unlucky. And you got a little unlucky. Blockers. You get rid of that. You get rid of that. No, V, I am not. Oh! That's a good one, Plastic. Any target. GG. That was a heck of a squap. Thank you for the daily. That. What would I do to this to make it better? No. That's neat. Military discipline is kind of neat, but I'm not really interested in it. An alchemy pack and a regular pack? I think alchemy has a narrower allowed cards margin. So, like, if standard is like the past 6 sets, alchemy is a, like the past 2 or 3. I think that's the difference, but I'm not entirely sure. I'm pretty sure alchemy has exclusive cards. But that's about it. That's all I know. But that's pretty neat. We like that. Being able to tap things as they're attacking. If you does draw a card, that could be nice. It's 1/3. 2-drop. Juniper Order is interesting. I'd like to make maybe a Selesnya deck at some point. Don't want that. Siege Veteran's really good, so I have a couple of them in there. Copy then becomes a token. That's cool. Sage of the Skies. Take that. Human. Crusader of Audric. God, that's such a classic. Enemy flame up. Gains a lifelink. Inspiring Paladin. We need a bit more splashed red, I think. Human Knight. Ooh, I like that. It's a decent little 1-drop, too. There's not a lot in here that doesn't have that quality. No, not that one. Linear Trailblazer is pretty neat. Prowess is really cool. Or Heartfire Immolator. Berserker. Human Rogue. Meh. That's pretty decent. Gives us a little bit more spice. Draws out attacks too, though. You can winnow out some copper coats. Want that in here. Okay. Yeah. Hi, Aries! Smooch is the bird. I like playing games. Who'd have thunk, Aries? That's really kind of baffling, isn't it? Okay. Hello. They got a pet rock. Pats the bendy, pats the bendy, pats the bendy, scritches his cheeks. Hello. Bye. I did not, Aries. Oh, no, wait. Why are you the same color as Aries, Plastic? I did not grow tired of you either, Plastic. Copper coat. Oh, that's neat. Pushes Plastic over. Debate that out. Sacred Peaks. Is it a land disadvantage? Battlefield Forge. No counters on his field. Alright, stun deck. We still got enough for that. Drew land. He doesn't have a counter in his hand right now, I don't think. She doesn't untap during its controls on tap step. When we grab battlefield, you may pay 1. If you do, scry 1, draw a card. Don't tell me you drew no more lies immediately. You. Fair enough. Dickhead. Right. Trying, Seffi. Can you do something interesting, homie? Guess not. I hate control decks that just don't really do anything. Come on, homie. I know you don't got anything besides stun in there. Nope. Boop. Come on, homie. You're the one who put all these triggers in here. Oh, that's cool. Her activated ability can still be activated. I'm really happy about that. I hate the semantics in this game sometimes. Hmm. Yeah, basically plastic. That target creature an opponent controls put a stun counter, and you tap an untapped creature and put a +1/+1 counter on a target creature you control. Okay. Hmm. Looks at watch. Good job, Kuma. Glances at watch. Come on. Yep, figured. Oh my god. If you're gonna play a deck like this, at least be fast at it. Nah, Plastic. It's boring. He hasn't really brought out a win con other than, hey, you don't get to play the game. That is stupid. Building a deck like that is dumb. There is, Seffi. It's pretty good, Plastic. You might have fun. Who knows? I'm tempted to just kind of sit here. You know what I mean? Yep. Yeah, Bendy, it's really fun. This is the worst type of control deck. There's no enjoyment here. Fucking finally, you have a win con. Jesus Christ, dude. That is the bane of any card game, is a deck that can be built purely that can control stuff. Like, I wasn't able to do anything during that. Any of the creatures that I brought onto the field were either tapped and remained that way, or eventually died. One of them, he countered anything else that I put out. And he didn't have a major win con besides doing that and waiting. If I had had any life gain other than a few basic things, then it would have been a horrendously long one. That and infinite combos. There's currently an infinite combo in Standard. It's lame. If you play an infinite combo in your deck, you are lame. You are a nerd. You are a goober. You are a poop head. No, Bendy, it's not. Pushes over. You're here to play a card game. Yes, Plastic Infinite. If you play something and it goes infinite, you're just an asshole. You want to win. You don't want to play a card game. I would like to play a card game. If you want something that much, go fap into a sock. Meh, Plastic. Meh. I like the little yearlings. They're cute. Siege veteran. Which one, Bendy? You talking about Yu-Gi-Oh or a different one? Come on, homie. Yu-Gi-Oh? Eh. Hmm. Bonk. +1/+1. Japan lands 2 mana of any color. That's neat. Can't kick it. No. Just. Dinosaur. 6/6. I want to try and get that out, but he's probably got some more removal. That sucks, Bendy. I have a deep distaste for your choices, sir. Whoa. That's a big one. Need a 6. I can take that. Ah, my face. Good strike team it. Not really worth it though. Here's a 12/12. That's pretty heavy. Yeah. Cool. How the hell do you have so many cards, Plastic? Okay, let's see if I can survive this. So he's swinging with 18. All of you. 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. Yeah, that's 6. Painful, but it works. That height. I mean, it's not that you don't have a life, Plastic. So, like, I just don't know I don't know the mechanical thing that you were doing to get that many cards. There just doesn't seem to be, like, that many things to do, is what I'm getting at. I don't think you would spend a shit ton of money on the game, either. So, like, where are you doing this? Tell me so I can get more cards. I didn't think you'd be able to get that many. Damage to any target, you gain 2 life. Players dealt damage this way. I don't see you playing it that often, Plastic. Did you put this on your phone? Two damage to any target, you gain 2 life. Players dealt damage this way, and they discard a card. Issues a copy of any creature on the battlefield. That's neat. New graveyard +1/+1. That's neat. Weird but neat. Human, blah. Bear of Glory. Also kind of neat. Kind of want.
I get to say I love you to a streamer and it not be weird.
Love you too, Bendy. It's true. You do. Let's see how this one behaves. Wait. Shakes plastic. Shakes plastic. Shakes plastic. Shakes plastic. You're the only one who plays MTG with me. Steffi might. Thank you for all the information. Attempts all seen. Flying. Tap 3, tap it, draw 2 cards, discard a card. Whenever all seen deals damage to an opponent, you may reveal your hand. If cards with at least 6 different converted mana costs are revealed this way, that player will lose the game. Lose it. Sure. I don't know what that bill is, but it's cringe. You'll cringe. You are cringe and smelly. Bing dong. I see you, plastic. I perceive you. Hey, look, it's the soldier card. That one card that I used that one time. Hey, look, it's the Bearer of Glory. That one thing that I used that one time. That. Thank you. Skeleton warrior. Now we good. Take that. Alright. 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 Let's see. Which one do I dislike? No. Nah, plastic's just smelly. Block that. Not my skeleton. He was having a skeleton of fun. Yep. Yep. I have not, V. Is it good? Out of block. Oh no. Oh my god. Plastic is doing it again. Plastic is doing it again. This is gonna suck. Nah, it's fine, dude. He didn't do anything. Ow. Yeah. Good job, Sephi. Thank goodness. But up. Lifelink. Yeah. Oh. Skeleton. Yeah, I could have done that a little bit better. Oh well. Boy, I sure do wish that I could get some mana. Subs. Yay. Bird up. I'm having a skeleton of fun. The exile cards I can cast again for free after their timer goes out. Not the skeleton, dude. What did he do to you? Oh! La, 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 la. Fuck that. Hi, Slip. Pew! Oh boy. Living on a prayer. Well, first off, Buh. Kill, maim, destroy, crush. I should have attacked with another critter. Wait, no, I couldn't have got lethal. Never mind. Nah. I think so, plastic. Cheesy. You're fun to play against, plastic. Because you're actually playing a game. A card game. With me. I like card games. Shut up, plastic. I get to decide that. Guess what I decided?
That's da Zogan truth right, dear mate.
You know what? You got a cat? I got a cat. It could be nice later. Oh boy. Nice. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. Yeah. I had to put him in here, plastic. Okay, Bendy, be good. Ba-ba-ba-ba. GG, plastic. Did you forget to declare blockers? Because you could have bought at least one more turn with that. That worm is good, dude. If I'd had the Abyssal Harvester out a little bit earlier... That's fair. If I had the Abyssal Harvester out a little bit earlier, I can actually cycle the Massacre Worm in and out. And just... It's great. The Massacre Worm. Yep. Fair enough. I tend to play my stuff fast and loose because it gives me a chance to learn a little bit better. And I can make mistakes, which can, you know, make things a little bit more fun. I am not actually plastic, I'll say that much. Close game. Alright, we're going to be doing something a little bit different. Clicks Plastic's nose. if it will show it. Eh? It will. Looky there. And if I tab off of it, it freezes it. So, this isn't going to be terribly exciting, but fuck it. Just chatting. I'm not actually coding a lewd game. I'm going to be perfectly honest. Maybe in the future if I get better at it. Who knows? But I am going to be coding something today. And, we're going to see how that goes. What's up, Spicer? I don't know, V. I haven't considered it fully. Just know that it would be interesting to make one. Alright, so I'm going to take through a few basic things here for right now. Whenever I make a game, I've decided that I want to do it in a particular kind of way. So if you look here on the left, what Godot does is it uses nodes to handle a whole lot of its stuff. So a node, for instance, main right now, has a scene and it has a script attached to it. What I tend to want to do, at least right now, is I'm going to make main basically a handler for everything. A manager. It tells what to do when and why. That said, this little basic one here, this little 2D thing that I have coded right now, is something very, 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 very basic. But I did this from memory, so I'm actually kind of proud of myself. So, I got main here. It emits it has a signal defined. It GD script slip. It has a signal defined called start game. I'm not really using that too awful much yet, but I'm using it for something later. Hello, Suki. I'm setting a couple of variables. Level handler, preload, world, level handler, t-scene. Means it loads a level handler scene. And that is in this particular section here. It's our level handler. When you see this variable, which is a camel case level handler, it instantiates that preloaded one. And we're going to use that. Whenever this first runs, function ready, which means it runs as soon as the game starts, as soon as the scene is called, variable menu start equals level handler, a function that is within level handler. So level handler dot load level means it calls a function inside level handler, which was loaded and instantiated up here. And then it feeds an argument of main menu to the level handler. Then it adds a child, which basically adds it to the scene, of menu start. So, what that results in, I'm going to have to actually show my screen.
Wow.
What it results in is this. It has our little main menu. Ah, wow, 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 wow. We have not a great main menu. It's very basic. I coded this in like 20 minutes before stream. But it works. For example. So, a couple of things to keep in mind in this one. Right here, we have a signal defined. And right here, we have a signal that's defined. This is a little bit different. What this will do is eventually I'm going to have a signal that is emitted by this button that will call on the first level or will call like a saved game or something like that. We don't have any settings, so this is past here too. Right now, this is just on quit pressed, quit button, and it just quits the game. It kills it. So that's fine. You can also see these things defined here with the main menu scene. Godot likes to put everything that it uses in scenes. So, I've got, it's a little bit occluded by my outline and whatnot over here, but I've got some designations for this. It's settings is the text for the button, among other things, what it's triggered off of. And you got a bunch of other controls over here. Maybe I'll put these where my outline doesn't really bother them at another point. But we got main menu, which is the parent node, the main node that all this is contained from, a margin container, box container, which in itself has the buttons that is actually there. When this is properly implemented, what this does is if you were to hit on start pressed, it would send a signal, which would then get picked up by main. Main would then tell the level handler, "Hey, start the first level, or or load a game or whatever." Level handler is still very basic here too. So it's got its own node, which has its own little script attached. Stuff like this comes in pairs. So main is the scene, main GD is the script that is attached to that scene, which contains what that ends up doing. But a scene itself is like this. Like this is empty because level handler doesn't have any actual bits. But this one is not because this is the menu scene. So level handler, we have a level list. It keeps track of it. The first little argument right here in these is the ID of what you're putting into it. At one point, I actually made this very similar to this part down here. So ID colon main menu. It would be ID colon camel case main menu for this. Scene, it preloads the main menu scene and it gets it ready. We don't have anything that runs on ready for level handler right now. But here's the function that's called in main. So function load level, and it asks for or wants a level ID. So I have it set because I like to do this with pretty much everything as I go. The first thing it does is say, "Hey, I've got a signal." I'm going to change that to call because signal is different. So it received the actual call, meaning that it was actually, you look down here, able to get the response or able to get something from main, meaning that it works. So it gets this from main. Main is telling it, "Hey, start the main menu. We just did this." So it does. Variable level scene is the level list, level ID. So it looks in the level list for the designated level ID, which is a variable that's designated up here for this function to use. It looks for, in that entry, what the scene is called. So scene right here, what it wants to do. So it preloads and then it instantiates, which means loads it into the visible scene. So whatever your player or whatnot would be looking at whenever they do something. So if you go to another level or something like that, it would remove the children of the old level and then it would instantiate the next level. Stuff like that. And then it returns the level scene. So it gets this information, instantiates it, returns it. So now you're actually seeing it. If for some reason it doesn't, I have it set to push an error. Failed on load level, could not find level ID in level list, for example. And that's as far as I've gotten so far. Now, Spicer will ostensibly be joining us to do a little bit of coding or at least to possibly educate me a little bit. Because I'm very, very, very much learning. But we are going to be taking a break first. It's about a 10-15 minute break. Stretch your legs, get something to drink. And Spicer, when I get back, I'll poke you and I'll drag you in, okay? Later, after I'm done with my break, Spicer. Break time! Throws into trash, Spicer. Drags into trash. Wash bag. Boo. No snack, but I got sippy. Yeah, stretch my legs a little bit, and I poked my little lizard. Yeah, but thank you, Aries. Push your spicer over. That's fair, Kuma. It's very interesting, though. If you've ever had interest in it, I highly recommend it, honestly. So I sat down and I went ahead and while I was letting myself settle back into my seat, here's how you would define the next level. You always got to put a comma after this. This is called a dictionary. These are dictionary entries. We're defining level 1. Space, comma, curly bracket, I think it's called. We're defining a name. The name in this case is going to be the name of the level. This might be like whenever the game displays, like you walk in on Dark Souls and it's like Undead Parish. That would be pulling the name of the level or the zone or whatever, for example. And then you got the scene, which is preload, world, level list, level 1, and I'm going to name the scene Home Sweet Home, HMSTHM. There's fixed. Okie dokie. Welcome, level 1 of the Schnargleplex. Though probably I don't want to do that just yet. So let's go ahead. Put a comma there, but I'm going to make this game menu. Name. I don't think so, Aries. No. New game. New game. Scene. Reload. Then / roll. Menu / new game menu. Scene. Yes, no, maybe so. Expected. Using curly bracket. Fuck that up. No. Oh. Bah. I did not. That's going to be a thing. That's going to be a little bit of a problem because I'm going to have to use those. And those are shortcuts in OBS now. I forgot about that. Okay. Let me fix this real quick. Settings. So I have shortcuts and whatnot set on OBS to switch my scenes and whatnot, Spicer. Hotkeys. That's fine. Switch to scene. Meh. Meh. I suppose I could use one, Aries. Shift that. Apply. Okay, with that done. Boop, boop, boop. That fixed. Settings. Hotkeys. Alright, we'll get rid of that. Da-da. Okay. I can switch that way. Work. That still work. Okay, cool. Only have so many macros and stuff that I can use. Expected 13. What am I missing up here? Something small, I know it is. Okay. Let's go to menus. Create new scene. New game menu. Let's see. Menus. Should be there. Resources, world, menus. Yeah, okay. Doing all right, Plastic. Why you ask? I don't have lewd toggles, Aries. Let's redefine this. Game menu. Main. Aries. I think that works. That's Aries. I don't remember how to do a signal connection. Plastic, it's okay. You're not causing any trouble by asking after me. You're a good noodle. Move to streaming. Hi, Spicer.
You know that meme where it's like someone just like staring at something like wide-eyed, like what's gonna happen here?
Yeah.
It's just whenever you started writing signal into if I'm like, what's going on?
Wait,
I always want to think of myself as like the interpreter or the compiler, like just like hands tinted in front of mouth, staring at screen, like,
yeah.
what is this?
What are you doing?
What is happening? This wasn't in the script, but it is now.
There's something that I need to do. I want to connect the
Hello.
signal. Hi, how you doing, Spicer?
You do the name of the signal dot connect.
Signal.connect.
It's a method of the object. A method is a function that is tied to the object. It's access.
Signal.connect.
No, that you declare the signal. Signal new game menu. Is equal to new game menu dot connect. Signal is a keyword that allows you to define a signal.
Like that?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Will do, Bendy.
Good
Get some
night,
rest.
Monday. Get plenty of sleep.
Don't
Have
really
much to
need
do.
this right now, but I'll work on it when I want to.
Man, let's turn your stream off, but I like the vibe. I gotta get my own vibe.
I gotta get my own vibe.
Must acquire a vibe.
Mm,
Time to
New
bring on
game
clear
dot
obscure
connect.
music.
let's see.
That's cute elf.
Buh. Thinking about what I want to actually try and do here. Alright, so we've got level handler and whatnot. We have the level scene and all that ready to go. Probably want to try working on level 1 so I can get stuff appearing in it. So,
I must turn on elf.
that's pets.
Perfect. Okay, this wasn't the right choice. Where's my bootleg rap vibe radio?
Okay, so add a script to it. Game menu. Maybe I want to nest all the menus in their own little folder, but I'll do that later if I need to.
You're a folder.
Pushes over.
Yeah. Perfect. Chill radio 24/7.
Margin container.
Still streaming.
V-box. It's the box. V-box. Container. But
I feel like I need to alter my Fuji.
Mine?
Fuji. I don't know, it's just like a fucking giant block. It's like the maximum size. It's huge.
you are pretty big.
Maybe it, yeah. Let me copy it real quick and we can edit. Where'd you go? What? What the fuck? Huh? Fuck it. There it is. Okay. What? There it is. Jesus fuck. Tried to. Sprite likes to start itself floating, and so I have to tile it, and it just went off into another one of my workspaces, like on its own. I'm like, where'd you fucking go? It was like, don't do this. What's your problem, bruh? Paint bucket tool. God, why is that preview so big? Save. Exit. I love these buttons. Such a good program. Fuji Tech.
Node. Thanks, Icy. I'm not very good at it yet, but we'll see.
I keep trying to bully her to doing code. Code's cool.
Da, da, da,
Elf can be so good at it.
What remains to be seen, homie.
I'm very certain of it. Save.
Okay, so got buttons.
Hey. Oh, wow, that automatically updated on your end. Cool.
Huh?
There,
Oh, yeah.
Now I don't take up the whole fucking thing.
Fair enough. Nice.
Huzzah.
Put you over here now, too. I mean,
What?
what? You can fit there now. You'll be all right.
That's funny. That's funny.
I figured you'd find it amusing.
Can't wait for the chatter to come in and like, oh, who's the really specific white void on the side of the panel?
Who is the
Oh, that's my
the
friend.
mysterious white monolith in the background?
Yeah, I don't. Oh, I actually debated changing my username to Monolith.
No, if you do that, you're gonna get stalker fans be like, "Are you?"
Yeah, no, I already know the rule. Like, once enough people know you by your actual username, like one username, you're just fucked. That's what you are for life. You have to just make new friends.
Hmm. No, yeah, I'm done. I'll just take this. Just take this right here. Huh. Game. Ba-ba. Just take this here too. So, game. Mm.
Oh, does that free us from our mortal prison?
Does this free us from our mortal coil?
Yes. By prison, you mean existence. Add the child.
Haven't done that part yet. We need to. Let's see. Just leave the call. And load the thing. That part does work. So these work. Back to main menu. Clears the thing. The level handler receives the call. Do you know?
Why are you adding a child?
Good question.
You're adding a child to something you're freeing. It's gonna go away. Must be add to like the parent or something. Try to replace it with something else, then you need to do the parent.
So what I'm basically wanting to do is whenever the back button is pressed here, I'm wanting it to reload the main menu.
Has the main menu been deleted already?
In this case, no, I don't believe so. Because I haven't really built that connection in yet.
Well, where does the main menu exist in the scene at this point when you hit the button? Oh, you're going backwards.
Correct.
But are you deleting the menu to go into that sub-menu?
No, I think I might be getting ahead of myself a little bit.
How are you going to the sub-menu?
I haven't put that part in yet, so you have a good point. So what I would normally want it to do is what I was planning on doing. So, main...
You could do hiding.
That means basically this grabs it here. It close the main menu. The main menu itself loads. I'll go over here. We'll show. So this loads. When I hit start, I want it to then clear this and then switch to this menu. It is.
Wait, what?
Like Spice your nose. Okay. So.
Oh.
Main menu. On start press, emit signal, new game menu. I want this.
Okay.
To catch the signal, is what I think I wanted to do. Maybe I put that in process, function underscore process, so that it's ready to catch it, and then it loads up the new.
Wait. Okay, so main menu is the root, effectively, right?
Yes.
And you have a signal on it. Do you have a signal in main? Oh, menu start, level load, level handler, emit signal, new game menu.
Oh, I see what I mean.
You're gonna do some runtime stuff for this.
Yeah, 1 second. Let's see if this will work.
Menu calls. Wouldn't you just tell the level handler to load another level?
Probably. I'm not really experienced in this, Spicer, so I don't know.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't do any of this way, so I'm having to kind of make guesses. There's a few ways. The thing is you want main menu to like I don't think you want to just create a bunch of levels that you have to like move between all the time. That sounds tedious. In your main menu, if you just want to have a sub menu, you can just make that like that other new game menu thing. Like just make that scene within the main menu scene, and effectively, you can have code there that just hides that first menu, the main menu, like hide that node, and then make the other node next to it, which would be the new game scene, like make that visible. Stuff like that.
I suppose so.
Because you could just disable nodes and they stop doing stuff.
Hi, man.
Baroque looks different.
They do.
Not in menus.
Hmm. So, if, for
Never get
example,
Auri to do anything. She's her own like cat.
okay, man. So if I was wanting to do something like that, say that I've got my main menu and whatnot here, and it's the menu scene. I mean, a little bit plastic. You're saying hide it. What does that mean?
So okay, so just right click on that new game menu thing and like copy it.
Which part? The script, the scene?
The node at the top. Root node of the scene.
Copy.
And then you can go into main menu. Or I don't remember what that looks like, so I have to see. So this is gonna make you like I think this is all signals, so it shouldn't break. But put like another like node above those two. Or like sorry, make a like a standard node that's a child of main menu, and then make that margin container a child of that node. So there's like another node sitting in between main menu and margin container. Or yeah, whatever. I'm not really sure on the architecture here. Yeah, whatever.
Okay.
And then just paste in your node, the other node.
Which should it be parented to?
It doesn't really matter. I'm just gonna hide it anyway. It just needs to be different. Hit the little right click it, and there's like a button to like make local or something.
What does that do?
It makes it so it's not referencing a scene, it like just actually puts the node there.
Let's see.
So it's not a reference, it's like a full copy. Or a deep copy is what they call it sometimes. It's at the bottom, make local, above opening editor. There we go.
Okay. I can probably get rid of this then.
Yeah, like you can kind of just restructure, like you're doing everything with signals pretty much. So like you could just have the main menu handle all the logic for all the sub menus.
Okay.
Because you're using signals anyway. I was wrong about the that intermediate node. You don't need that. You can just put these menus under that main menu node. Doesn't matter.
All right. That makes sense.
And so effectively, like that new game menu node, that'll just be hidden at the start. So you could just hit the little eyeball thing, and then if you want to show it, you just need to hide the margin container and then unhide the new game menu.
Okay, I think I see what you're talking
then-
about. I did not,
yeah.
Seppi. What's the category for it?
He's just like coding. I don't know, programming.
There's a lot of things with the word coding in it.
Just basic programming.
Suppose so.
Software and game development,
Fair enough.
apparently. We're gonna attract all the nerds.
Quite possibly. They'll be very
Gross.
disappointed in me.
Nah, it's actually like a super supportive community.
Maybe. Thanks.
It's when you act like they only go after you if you act like you know what you're doing.
I don't.
If you don't,
God, I
they
don't.
I do.
That's fair.
There's a very important rule. Post the wrong answer and you'll get the right one.
Okay, so you got main, middle handler.
No, there's like a deep like as like there's like two levels to like programmers. There's kind of like the higher part where you're on the job together or whatever, or you're talking about something like in your bike shed and argue and blah 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 and like form tribes. But then there's that level under that, the like emotional layer of like being a programmer, and then there's like this deep-seated shared suffering between us. And it's actually how you get a job as a programmer, is like you just need to interview with the like a candid conversation with whoever you're trying to get hired by. That's also a programmer, and you could just like, in the same way like college degrees were a way to show like someone that you suffered the way they did because they also got a college degree. It's the same thing. Like that's literally what I did in my interview. It was just like prove to the other programmers that I've like suffered in programming, like,
Hey,
and I've
been
dealt
through
with
this
the
too.
stuff they've done. Yeah, it's like a soldier like vibe checking like another soldier kind of thing.
Except it's programming.
Did you really go through some shit? Kind of thing.
No.
There's definitely like the Dark Soulsiness when it comes to like new programmers. Like when we interact with them, it's either like, oh, help them out, get them into this world that I love. And there's also the like, yes, yes, shuffle. the duality.
Guess I may not need this signal.
You're a signal. Yeah, most of it you don't really need a signal because your buttons are your signals anyway. You just put the logic in the button signals. You abstracted too early, little elf. Pat, pat, pat.
I don't know what that term means in this instance.
I did a lot of stuff you didn't need to do.
Well,
You made up stuff. Made up a reality. Unto your own. Oops. That's what being a programmer is all about. Making up some shit and then realize you didn't need to do that. I'm doing that shit.
so this here is the new game menu part. That is like the script attached to new game menu.
Yeah,
Why is
it's
it
a script.
labeled like this?
It's become it's because it's become a resource of the scene. Like if you actually went and opened that like main menu .tscn file in a text editor, you'd see that script in there.
Should it be that way?
Not really, but like I said, you can move all that logic up into main menu. Like you don't really need to have stuff in this new game menu.
Okay, so I don't need to have this script here at all.
Not really.
Okay.
Like you're just doing like it's such a preferential fucking thing, but in my experience, like try not to make too many files with like little bits of code in there. It gets really annoying to figure out what's happening when you do that.
I don't know if I
just
agree with that.
have to do a lot of exploring to find out what's happening. Well, when you're programming, you spend like 90% of your time reading code. So like you want to make it easy and fast to like find the right code to read.
Fair enough. So how would I get rid of this script attached to it then, if I don't need this here?
Just detach. I should get rid of it.
Detach, and it's gone? Not just like...
Yeah,
out.
detach should be gone.
Alright.
Pretty sure if you close that script, it just goes away.
Close. Discard. Alright. So main menu has all of the functions for the different buttons and whatnot. These are still connected. Yes? Are they still connected to these?
Not anymore. Like, you can just remove it. So you see that little green icon on the left? That says whether or not it's connected in that scene.
Mm-hmm.
But they still have... So that little connection thing with the signal icon on the, like, the tree?
Yeah. That
just means there's an entry. Like, but that entry can be wrong. Like, you can see it. It's like a relative path up to a node, like, above. Which is supposed to be the new game menu. But there's nothing there. So if you actually ran the game, it would just throw an error saying, like, there's nothing it's pointing to.
That's
so you need
okay.
You just need to go to the right and like delete the entry and then re-add it to main menu.
Delete what entry?
You see on the right where it says signals and you got like the list of events.
These?
New game. I think.
Beneath the this part here.
Yeah, you see the little green one? Like that's an invalid entry right now because we got rid of the script.
Okay.
Godot doesn't sync that stuff. You have to like delete it and make a new one that's pointing to something that's real.
Disconnect. 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 And disconnect. In that case, rest. This is new game. Okay. Nope. And rest. This is load game on the game pressed. Next. Game pressed.
I remember they fixed a bug in that picker like a year after I fucking found it.
What's the bug that you're talking about?
God, what was it? It was a really niche rule where like it wouldn't show functions that were technically compatible with the signal in the list. I'm trying to remember what it was. Oh, it was if you had a custom class as one of the arguments.
Those are connected.
It. They're connected.
Pushes over.
Now we're not connected. Dies.
Big. Fair enough. That doesn't exist. New game menu, so I can release this.
Relieve it of duty.
Back to main.
Who came up with like, why do we do this? Is that a cat thing?
Yeah, just a sound.
I feel like we got it from cats.
Alright, and these are overlaid right now, but they do work. Alright, cool. Main menu. Main menu. Function.
Wife is streaming.
Yeah. Better life.
Waifu.
Yes. Okay, so if I want main menu to hide the stuff under new game menu whenever it's first pulled up, how would I do that?
Well, you probably need to control click drag the new game menu into the code window to get a reference to it. And then I think in the ready function you can just call it and do like dot hide or whatever. Dot visible equals false or something. Sorry, control shift.
Control shift what?
I mean that works too. You're only good. I don't know, whatever. They both work. So that little thing you full scrolled in with the like green or whatever.
Yeah,
that's
it's a path.
That's a runtime like reference. So every time that code is there, it like goes and gets it. It searches for it based on that path.
Yeah.
And that's slow. The other way you can do it is you can do Control Shift, drag it in, and do it not in the function but like above, and that'll make a variable that contains the reference, and you can just reference that.
Control
It's faster.
Shift, drag it in.
So that's an onReady var. So
What is
it'll
what is
basically
this?
it'll run. So onReady basically set so this is like something to kind of learn with programming is the equal sign.
Mhm.
It's called an assignment, and
Right.
there's like a left and right value. So the left value is, in this case, is a variable,
Right.
and the right value is a reference like function.
Right. Basically, it's assigning that reference to that particular
Yeah.
variable, so that if it's
And
referenced
onReady
in like
says
something else, then it will follow it to that.
yeah, basically. onReady stipulates that that assignment, the right value, should be evaluated at like when the node is actually ready, which means that it's inside like the tree and already set up. So it should have like its children set up too, which is what you're grabbing as a child. Grab the child. So it basically just waits to evaluate it so that it like is valid. Because if you got rid of that onReady, like you would just get an error because it would go off immediately and before the children are set up.
Okay.
Which is what ready is. There's on init, which is like when a node is first created before
Right.
it's inside any tree, and then ready is when it's like in the tree and all of its children are in the tree with it.
Okay. Makes
And
sense.
now you can reference it and set the visible parameter or like .hide or something. I don't remember what they've changed. I haven't done as much Godot 4. I mostly did Godot 3, which was worse. It's probably .hide or .visible.
Let me think.
Water. Black water. Health stinking. Health stinking. Ah!
Flicks nose.
How fucking dare. I will commit violence. What is Elf thinking about? Hogs churning, noodles worming.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Neat. I don't know if they ever had that in Godot 3 or not. What if Cave Story we had again? Ever gonna escape that game?
No.
Now you can just kind of flip between them. You can also grab like a reference for the margin container and then just switch them on and off.
1 second. Function ready. Start pressed. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
Cave Story vibes. Dude, I just looked up Cave Story vibes, and one of the like top videos from that result is an 8-year-old video that's that song that plays on the Wii channel for Cave Story. That's a remix of the theme song, but not the, and it just cuts off.
Oh no.
Like, it is such like, wow. We were like that even back then. It's 10 seconds long. That's weird. A deep cut. New story, title, theme.
Let's do rest. Main menu hide. New game menu. Show? Question mark? Oh,
Huh?
I'm thinking.
Oh man, I gotta tell you about JavaScript.
Oh no.
So in JavaScript, you can have like an array of values, and I think it was like I can't remember which one it is, but I think it's like you can push an array or like an item onto the array at the start and like shove everything over to the right, basically. If you like if you have a stack of items, you put it under. And that function that does that is called shift. Guess what the function is called to take an item off the bottom of it and move everything down? Cry. Hope someone chat answers me.
This is over.
Point.
Non-existent function hide in base node.
What are you grabbing? Oh, you need margin container. Main's just like is not a visible node. Also, it would hide everything.
Fair enough.
You're fair. Deal with it. Fucking deal with it.
So whenever I'm directing it, I feel like my little bit of architecture question mark is a little off. So I got main menu as the main parent node. I got main as a secondary node, and then the margin container for the main menu. Then we have new game menu, and then its margin containers and whatnot.
Yeah. So what I would probably do, like you could just take, like rename the first margin container to like, I don't know, top menu. And then put that under main menu itself. I don't know what I'm saying, but it scares me. I don't know, it's like watching a wizard like do a sacrifice to summon a demon. It's like what's programming like. Just do it with their souls. Yeah, if you rename like margin container to another name, put it under main menu, and then you could take the other margin container, rename that to like new game menu or something, and put that under main menu too, and then just get rid of everything else.
You went a little fast for me.
Okay, so that first margin container,
Yeah.
like rename that to like top menu or something. Just undo creation. And then drag that under main menu so that it's a child of it. I press by how low latency this is. And then take the other margin container, rename it to like, I guess, new game menu, and then also drag it under main menu and have it be a child.
And then I could get rid of these two.
And you'll just need to update the references in your script because it doesn't automatically update its text. Give her money. Buy her stuff. Do it. This has been Rush Radio.
Do I need this main menu bit here?
You don't need that main node.
Why?
Because I didn't know what you were doing and I told you to do it.
Okay. So at this point, what else am I supposed to get rid of?
The main node.
Why?
It's not doing anything.
Okay. So
We have to
this-
cut it. We can't feed them all, Elf. We don't have enough supply.
Meh.
Yeah, and then you'll need to update the references in the
The on readies here.
yeah, so they make sense with the new menus. I mean, you could just delete both of them, just drag them back in again, and then just update the. And if you want a really good shorthand way to like rename stuff, I don't know if you like do this or not. I don't know how normal this is, but like just double click on the variable name and then just Control C and then just go around double clicking on everything and just Control V, Control V, Control V. Or if you got a lot of them, Control R and then like do a find and replace. Yippee! That'll be the thing you'll learn as you like get into programming more and more is how to efficiently edit text because you're gonna do a lot of it. Because that's how we write our spells is with plain ass ASCII text. Crazy syntax.
Looks like it works. Does it
Boom.
work? It do.
Cinema.
Back
Maybe
pressed.
it didn't work. That's why. There's nothing in it. I wasn't paying attention. Oh man, I gotta replay fucking Cave Story.
I never played Cave Story.
You haven't?
Nope.
Oh God.
You've known this for a while, dude.
I have?
Yeah.
I must have just forgotten. Like, was this like fucking years ago? You have it?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, fuck. On Steam. Load. You're so fucking slow. Why are you over there? Why are you halfway off my screen? What's this?
I go where I want.
I go, I do what I want. I
Don't need those signals.
don't know why that happens sometimes. Fucking weird.
Okay, that works fine. Menus are good. That's workable.
I make a game.
I'm trying.
Make the whole game.
That's the idea. I'm gonna need a tile set and stuff, so I might poke it to.
That's what stops me from making most games. Art.
Fair enough. Alright.
And animation. I write software. It doesn't involve those things. Just pick a font and find some fucking icons, or I make some icons in Sprite and I call it a day.
I'll need to eventually make a settings menu and whatnot, but that's fairly straightforward to hook into these. That's pretty nice. I like this. I like how this is set up. I'm pretty okay with this.
I will say it's really weird seeing someone make a game in the opposite direction like I've always done it.
What do you mean?
Like, I think the main menu is the last thing I make in a game.
I mean, that's fair, but I like to
I
build on a
think people do
foundation.
it differently. Yeah, I think a lot of people do it that way actually. It's just I'm always like I'm gonna put a little guy on the screen and I don't even know where I'm going with this. So I'm just gonna make random shit and see if I can find something that's fun. But usually, like all my best game ideas were not something I planned out. I usually just start fucking with it, and then I watched a YouTube video that gave me an idea, and then I did it. Like one of my tower defense games was literally I was working on it, and then I pulled up a video, and they talked about like game of life, like math simulation, and then I was like, oh my god, and then I implemented it in my game, and because of a typo, or like a bug I accidentally introduced, it was fun. I kept the bug because it made it, because the actual one was been really fucking boring. Is there? Wasn't there a 3D one? Or do people hate that one? I don't remember. Okay. Steam, why you like this? What's your plan?
Okay, so I need to add a test level, which I'm gonna do, honestly.
You're a test level.
The
gift options. Oh, okay. That disaster was avoided.
disaster did you avoid, sir?
Telling you about it.
Yeah.
Does it? No, you can't hurt you.
I don't think
It's
so.
a bomb.
That's
Doesn't
fair.
even know anyone. To whom it may concern. Die. Level 0. I want to go to level negative 5,601.
Nah.
If this was Atari, we could do that, or it just fucking loops around.
You're a loop.
It's like slightly different.
A for loop.
I'm a recursive loop. That's what human experience is.
Blah, blah, blah. Human experience. Blah, blah.
Blah, 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 philosophy. Oh, shit. I forgot you had the same keyboard as me.
Yeah. Speaking of, I need to clean it.
Did you buy that, or did I buy that?
You bought it. Thank you,
okay.
Rushy.
I don't know why I even asked that. I don't even know why.
Yeah, I usually just maintain
I feel
my
like if
old
I
shit.
know, I feel like if I know something that you own, it's like I should just assume that. Like I don't know why I would know about it otherwise.
Nah. I have plenty of things that I've owned for a while. I just maintain all my old shit.
Well, no. I mean, like, I don't know anything that you own that's like physical, because like, why would I?
That's fair.
But like, besides like your Roomba that you talk about,
Hey, it's
like,
a
that's
little
about
fella.
it.
It's a little guy. He's wrong. Zero.
He's a little gentleman, little dude, little bro.
Okay, so that's works.
You should make my Roomba game and find a way to make it fun. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to make anything fun. That's always Mark's job. You know how to make games fun.
Making a little Roomba game or something like that fun would just be generally adding a little bit of feedback, something that tickles your brain a little bit whenever you collect the little leaves or whatever stuff it's going for, and giving some upgrades and stuff.
Yeah. Like TV remote.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't understand. I'm bad at thinking about this stuff.
Function.
I'm good at implementing things. I'm a technical
Ready.
thinker. It's usually my main concern when I make a game is just how to implement stuff.
Ready. And I'm gonna go ahead and
Why write
start
software?
getting the rest of my infrastructure. Level list.
Literally, the game I'm working on is making an operating system.
Alright, so one way that I want to do this, I have a level handler that handles like loading the menus and loading up levels and whatnot whenever it's going to be doing that. and main menu main ends up calling it and all that jazz. Um, I'm also going to have an actor handler that should handle spawning of both the player character and of like the initial spawns of monsters and what they do and all that jazz. So I'm probably going to end up asking some questions about that.
And I'm gonna have to fucking resist.
But why?
uh,
Are you trying to resist? Explain.
I
Sir.
don't know. It's like you and Bendy are trying to write Java, like in Godot. It doesn't make sense.
It's not that it doesn't make sense, is that it seems like it's a decent little way to handle things like that. So
I know, but it's very like so in like when you're working in these tools and environments,
Mhm.
they're designed for like ways of doing things. It's called being idiomatic. Like there's idiomatic ways to use.
No,
Go.
you.
That's like
You're idiomatic.
you're idiomatic. God, Mark didn't even know what that meant for a long time. He's like, I just thought it meant like good code, and I'm like, that's not what that means. That's like the way you're describing it is more like how you'd make a game in C# or XNA or something. Like it's very like Java paradigms, like very heavy object oriented paradigms, which I feel like is coming from Bendy because he has more of a history with that.
Maybe.
Yeah, Godot doesn't design itself that way. It's compositional. You try to use nodes to represent all your like relationships and behaviors, and not try to make these like big global managers and stuff. It gets messy doing it that way.
Why?
Because you're just loading up a bunch of logic into like one place instead of like breaking it up and distributing it out into the systems. You can't compose it. So if you ever need to like add a way of doing things, you have to define like a whole nother like pathway of logic to that one system, and you just keep overloading it with more and more logic rather than just putting nodes together in different ways. Like Godot is designed to be Legos, and having like global central managers is not Legos. It's Duck Duck Goose.
Duck, duck, goose.
Like for instance, you don't really need a level loader or anything like that because you already have abstractions in the engine that represent stuff like that.
What are those?
Like scenes. Scenes are already abstractions for like worlds, and in Godot you can just call a function that changes the scene. So if you're in one scene and you hit a button that wants to go to another scene, you can literally just call a function that changes the entire scene. Like, because like there's like a route that you don't see, like a route scene you don't see. That's the engine. And there's your scene is just right under that one. It only lets you load one. So you can just have the engine load another scene that replaces the current one, and it just moves it over basically and unloads that other one. And that's how you can do levels. And you don't need like a file with strings and representations, like, you know, paths and stuff to figure out where the scenes are. Like you just have a function call that says change scene, and you drag in the scene file on the left into it, and boom, you're there. And so you're defining your relationship like in the places where it happens.
So that is part of the way that we are aiming to end up doing it. So whenever we have a lot of this architecture and whatnot, and like this hierarchy and all that jazz, but basically it's just a little bit of a shot caller. So the actor handler isn't going to be handling any of the logic and whatnot that's going on in the level. The level's going to be handling that, which is, I think, part of what Godot wants to do, and like what you're saying. But we use the handlers as like an intermediary to both error catch and a few other things, but I'm not really smart enough to
Why
detail.
do you need enemy layouts for that? Like you can just put the enemies in the scene.
True.
Like literally.
But what if I'm wanting to spawn enemies in a certain way, or off of a template, or like a unique enemy or something like that?
You drag it in. Like, are you saying dynamically where it's gonna be different?
Dynamically, yeah.
Well, in that case, you would probably make nodes that represent that. Like you could have a node you put in the scene, and you give it you like pass it. So like on the left with the inspector,
Mm-hmm.
you can have a node that says random enemy. Drag it in the scene. In the inspector, it has like an array where you can drag in reference like scenes of enemies into a list, and it'll just randomly pick one of those. And so when the scene loads, it picks one of those and replaces itself with that.
Hmm.
You don't need central logic for that kind of stuff. That's what I'm saying is you use nodes to represent all your behavior, so it's easy to look at and like think about, because you have literal like Lego pieces that you're putting together and defining, which is much easier to think about. And the
I'm gonna
problem
have to
is
study it more.
yeah, well, Bendy's the only one with like programming experience between the two of you that's extensive, and I think all of his experience is like PHP and like Java and stuff, which is like 20-year-old mindset of object oriented. There's centralized things. This is composition, which is like the opposite of object oriented in terms of how it defines relationships.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And it's a very different way of thinking. It took me a while because I was also like, I learned the object oriented approach first. Most people like in me and Bendy's age group, like we all learned object oriented first.
Makes sense.
And I had to like deconstruct all that to learn like C and Godot and all that stuff, because it's the other direction. And it's where a lot of the industry is going, is like composition, because it's just way the fuck easier to think about.
I mean, that makes sense. Putting things together like Legos is always a lot easier than trying to build a
it's
Lego from scratch.
It's why I say when you have an object or a class or whatever, like that manages other things, like a manager, a handler, anything like that, the reason I say it's a code smell and you shouldn't do it is because it's effectively code that just like manages other code and is very rigid. Like you should be doing composition in that situation. You don't want a central. There's very few cases where you want that, and in the cases you do, you are either trying to make like a single threaded, like some kind of routine, like, oh, I need to upload a file. Okay, well, there's a thread running that its entire job is uploading files fast.
Mm-hmm.
So you pass it a file, and it's a separate process. It's not a handler or a manager, it's a process, and it does whatever work you give it. It's for that way for efficiency reasons.
Okay.
And then the other reason that you would have like a central thing is more what's called data-driven design, which is you have systems that are given data and they sit there and process the data. In fact, Godot does this under the hood. Like the node tree that they give you is kind of fake. Like in order to do all the rendering and the like collision and physics and all that stuff really efficiently, they basically have just giant lines of data, like of every object in the game in a huge line, and a system runs over that and processes it one after the other, like all at once, because it's the most efficient way to do work on a processor today. It's a systems design. And that's like the only cases you do this kind of stuff. Otherwise, you try to like anything that you're interacting with to make content or design, more human systems. Like you want to use composition and place things together and like see the relationships.
Okay.
Way easier to reason about. And it's what Godot is stupid good at. I love it. It's just hard for most people to like embrace it or figure that out if they don't have any experience or they have the opposing experience. Because like Unity would also kind of do this too sometimes. Like if you're a Unity dev, you would end up being that way. Yeah, the main thing is you need to learn the like what Godot actually because like the thing is, you guys are kind of like writing your own little engine on top of things in a way. And what you need to do is learn what Godot gives you and how it wants you to solve problems. Which is like why there's like good tutorials out there and stuff for that kind of thing.
Okay.
Like trying to understand how Godot actually wants you to solve problems. That's like the hardest part of that's like what learning idiomatic like solutions using a tool like is you need to figure out what the tool is trying to get you to do and how it wants you to solve problems that it is helping you do.
Okay.
Because as soon as you stop doing that, you're fighting it. And it's going to be rough.
Okay. I think I understand a little bit more. I think I'll also probably It is about 10 till my normal end time. I think I will probably raid out to Aries around then. And I'm gonna do a little bit of studying. Yeah?
Okay.
Yeah.
If you want to, we can do like I can show you how to do what you're doing right now, like the compositional way.
That might be a good idea. If you could, so the compositional way, a good way for me to try and learn this. Can you show me like what I have done up until this point? Can you like send me a file or like a project or something on Godot that just shows all of that done in the compositional way? That's what I need. That's part of what will help me learn a little bit better.
I guess I'll have to fucking install Godot.
I'm surprised you don't have Godot installed already.
I don't use it for anything.
Yeah, that's fair.
I write C code. It's my love. My life.
Soon it'll be
just
assembly.
Happen to have a lot of experience with Godot.
Soon it'll be assembly, and then you'll be screeching in binaric to yourself.
I'm not going to assembly. Fuck it. Fuck assembly. That's not the language of the gods. That's the language of the demons that the god conquered.
No. I see your path, Spicer. You're gonna go down the path where you're gonna be screeching binaric at your computer. You're gonna go from assembly to binary.
Dude, I literally I forgot who it was.
You're gonna be licking a CPU to tell it what to do.
There was someone who said that in a chat, like, "Oh, you're just gonna like, why not just do assembly?" And he just like put his hands on his eyes. I was like, I fucking hate this argument. It's a non-argument. Like, that's not what it is.
It's fine. It's fine. Just lick the CPU.
No one codes in assembly. You read assembly. Reading assembly is good, so you know what like you're doing on the computer, but you're not gonna write it. Oh yeah, I like to write my program so it runs on one thing ever. And if I ever wanted to run on another kind of computer, I got to rewrite the whole thing. That's what I want to do.
I would like to
Where'd Godot go?
Why is it over here? Where did Godot go?
Why does everything keep fucking going over to like my fourth workspace?
I don't know. It sounds like a Linux problem, Spicer.
It sounds like Hyperline's being weird. I don't get it.
No, no.
Oh, it's going. It must think the other TV's plugged in. It's going over there. That must be what it is. Oh wow, they've changed this project menu a lot. Holy shit! Oh, there's a settings menu now.
Yeah, it's actually really. It's really friendly though.
You can put it in offline mode. Oh, it read my display scale. Cool.
Yeah.
Create a scene.
Have fun.
Elf. Ooh, what?
I'm gonna go ahead and raid out to Aries, okay? And
Decomposing elf.
And I'm going to stand up and stretch around a little bit. I will probably poke you via text later, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Or I'll bully you.
No, which is over.
Okay.
Pick Spicer
Bye,
up.
everybody. I hope it was as horrible as it. I mean,
It was interesting, and I've made a little bit of progress. Teeny tiny bit of progress, but it is progress. Bye-bye.
People can learn how to make a game. Good night, everybody.
Pick Spicer up. Puts in lobby chat. He's gonna be confused why I did that. Thanks, Icy. Whew. My brain tends to overheat whenever I'm trying to get into stuff like this, so I feel a little bit overwhelmed. Okay. Thank you very much, you guys, for visiting me here and examining the weirdness that I have been attempting to do. It was a little entertaining. Bye-bye!